Welcome back to Triple B Movie Reviews, where we have our beards,
Our beers.
and our B movies.
Hey,
I
we
think we
got
did
it
the
right
ass.
Hey, boy.
buddy. Jake here with the immortal Ed,
Oh boy.
the one and only. And boy, we just got a great movie today to review. And are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay,
Go for it.
Take a drink first.
Bung ho.
You keep your bunghole out of the
Hey.
old people. Anyways, Cabin in the Woods. It's a halfway recognizable movie. Anybody who's watched horror movie really in general, watches reviews on YouTube, or it's in a lot of top tens. It's got the guy that plays Thor in the Marvel movies and a couple other people that are kind of halfway recognizable. Nobody really huge famous, but it's all about. It starts out, it's a normal slasher, cabin in the woods kind of the feel where these kids are in an RV. They're headed out to a cabin. I believe it's the guy that plays Thor, his family's cabin or something like that, or they know about it. They end up, first part of the movie's pretty straightforward. They go down the basement, there's a bunch of stuff, and they end up picking out a book, they read it, next thing you know, family of crazed, haunted, cursed family starts killing
Cursed hillbilly.
Right.
Zombies.
And then through the movie though, you start finding they show clips of these guys down in a basement, and you figure out that it's actually
control
huge,
room.
government organization that's organizing yearly sacrifices to these gods, and it ends up from there going
They
crazy.
live down below.
Yes. Spoiler alert: you get all kinds of monsters involved, and then so. What was your positive? What was your overall positive feels for the movies?
Well, I tell you, I liked the fact that the guy that was the stoner is the one that figured it out.
Although there's a couple times where he has some shit happen to him, and you're like, yeah, you lived through that?
Well, yeah, of course, but it's a horror movie.
Yeah.
And I liked that. You couldn't argue with sets, the outfits, the makeup. It was all good.
Definitely a higher level of
it's what
budget than our normal trauma and Polonia films.
Let's don't bring up trauma.
It's trauma.
It's what I call an A-B movie. It's one of those higher budget horror movies. It's still a B, but it had a decent budget.
Yeah. Well, and it had some people in it that had been in some stuff. And
I liked the guy that was in the control room there, the number 2 guy.
Yeah, the 2 guy, the one that died at the end from the mermaid, and he's like, "Oh, come on!"
No, that was the other one.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about his slender.
The 2 guys in the control room are very recognizable.
Yeah,
they were. I think the high part of the movie throughout.
Yes, they were.
The one guy who was in West Wing, I can't think of his name. Probably should research better. We're getting back in the swing of things. But he kept wanting to see the mermaids, and then at the end, when the mermaid's going to be the one that's going to kill him, and he's I thought that was pretty entertaining.
Yeah, that was kind of cute.
So your positive was that it had decent set pieces and it was well done.
Well, it was an interesting movie all the way through. I didn't care too much.
Didn't have the continuity problems and editing problems that a lot of ours do.
Might have improved it. It was. There were some neat scenes in it, some interesting things that went on.
The idea.
It was a well done movie.
The idea was good. For us, where we watch a lot of horror movies,
I wasn't much on the whole idea of the thing.
I don't know that I was either, but it was so different that
it was unique.
That when you watch it the first time, you're like, what are we doing?
Yeah, I was a little turned off, but you have to admit that it was a unique idea. Yeah. It wasn't something you see all the time.
And again, the guys in the control room made it. Like when they're watching the video for the Japanese,
right,
and they're like, they turn them all into frogs or something, and they're like, oh man, Japanese always mess it up, So it had the element of being different.
It did have that. Favorite scene?
My favorite scene. Well, I mean, obviously, it's where the guy's getting ready to get killed by the mermaid, and he's like, oh, really? That was one of my favorites. Yeah, pretty much. There's so many scenes that are good. What's your favorite scene?
My favorite was when the guy decided he was going to jump the gorge on his motorcycle.
They
had the dirt bike.
Thor ran into the wall,
and he ran into the invisible force field wall there.
Yeah, that was pretty good. That was quality.
It was pretty interesting.
Yeah. What did you not like of the movie?
I didn't like the underlying theme. The whole idea of they're doing this so some people get sacrificed, so these gods that are deep in the earth don't come back. I just didn't like it. I don't have to know why. It's kind of like I don't like monsters made out of ants. It's just one of those things. It was well done. It was unique, but that part it just didn't trip my trigger.
I got you. I have to admit that the parts I didn't like were the beginning when they're in the cabin when things are kind of starting to go sideways. Kind of slow. I thought they could have done that differently. I didn't really.
I liked the one-way mirror.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah. But
some happy stuff. They didn't use it right, but I mean, you should have seen some boobies in that scene.
And they could have had some better kills.
No boobies in this.
Some of the kills, like out in the dark, were kind of hard to see. And
yeah.
But overall. So, what's your overall grade?
I'm going to give it a 2. I think it was a pretty good movie. It was interesting all the way through. And it was, like I say, it was well done. There wasn't really a lot you could pick on.
No.
It wasn't one of my favorites.
Well,
I didn't see any bits of greatness.
It's one of those movies that has created more movies out of it.
Really?
Yeah. It's kind of one of those where some people will watch it and be inspired to try other stuff because it's so outside the box.
Yeah, it is outside of the box.
So, and I'm going to give it a 2.5 just because it was so outside the box. So there it is.
That makes a 2.25 average.
Mm-hmm. You got anything for him?
No, I'm out.
All right.
Dry.
As always, you can't be a redneck, but a six-pack out for him.